Imagine you destroy a 100-year-old library and then plant 1,000 new bookshelves somewhere else. Can you say the library has been restored? Obviously not. And that's the central idea behind the Hindu editorial, losing forest for trees. The editorial asks a simple but important question. Are we actually restoring forest, or are we just counting trees? What is the issue? The editorial discusses the Green India mission, launched as one of the eight missions under India's National Action Plan on Climate Change. Its objective was not simply tree plantation. It aimed to restore degenerated forest, improve forest quality, conserve biodiversity, and increase carbon sequestration. But a CAG performance audit, as reported in the editorial, found that the mission had achieved only a small part of some of its target. So the concern is not necessarily about whether trees are being planted. The bigger question is, are these effects actually improving the health of India's forest? See, trees is not equal to forest. This is the most important UPSC concept. A forest is not simply thousands of trees standing together. A natural forest is an ecosystem involving trees, animals, insects, soil, water, and microorganisms. Therefore, tree plantation can increase tree cover, but forest restoration means recovering the ecological functions of a degraded ecosystem. This distinction is extremely important for UPSC. Climate change connections. Forests act as a carbon sink. Okay, they absorb carbon dioxide and store carbon in vegetation, biomass, and soil. Therefore, healthy forest can help with climate change mitigation, biodiversity conservation, soil protection, water regulation, and livelihoods. So, protecting an existing natural forest can sometimes be much more valuable than simply planting new trees elsewhere. What is what is CAMPA? The editorial also mentions CAMPA. When forest land is diverted for non-forest purposes, funds are collected from for compensation afforestation. But here is the important question: can planting new trees fully replace an old natural forest? Not immediately. An old forest may have developed over decades or centuries with complex biodiversity and ecological relationships. That is why the editorial says restoration is not landscaping. The Aravalli example. Okay, the editorial uses the Aravalli to make this point. The range has faced problems such as mining, degradation, encroachment, and invasive species. Simply planting trees cannot solve all these problems. Restoration may require protecting existing forest, controlling invasive species, restoring soil and water systems, and preventing further degradation. Now, the important UPSC connection is CAG's performance audit raises a classic governance question. Should government scheme be judged by output or outcome? If the government says we planted 100 crore trees, this is an output. But the real outcome is, did biodiversity improve? Did forest quality improve? Did ecosystem recover? Did carbon sequestration increase? This is why outcome oriented governance matter. So remember, this edit through this editorial we need to take three key UPSC takeaways about this issue: plantation, restoration, outcome. Plantation is an activity, forest restoration is the objective, ecological recovery is the outcome. For UPSC, this connects with GS2, governance and CAG, GS3, environment, forest, biodiversity and climate change, GS4, accountability, outcome oriented administration. Okay, accountability and outcome oriented administration. This editorial is not saying that tree plantation is useless. It makes a bigger point. A forest is much more than a collection of trees. So instead of asking only how many trees did we plant, we should also ask how much of the ecosystem did we restore. And that is the real lesson. Losing forest for trees. Thank you.